Good morning, students. Yesterday we have completed the motion in a plane, motion along a straight line and motion in a plane. These two topics belong to one unit, they are completed. Now we are going to start with the new topic, and which is very fundamental and very basic, very important topic, that is units and measurement. See, units and measurement find lot of significance in all the fields, not only in the field of physics, in the field of engineering, medical science, in the field of chemistry, maths. In every field, units and dimensions, units and measurements are very important. But this topic is included in physics because physics is an exact science. Physics is a quantitative science which is based on the exact measurement of physical quantities. Physics is a quantitative science. It's a quantitative science which is based on the measurement of physical quantities. For example, if you say area, then how much is the area? 5 into 5 feet square or 5 into 5 meters square. What is the height? 5 meter height. If you say speed, for example, 40 kilometer per hour. So speed, if you just say 40, it doesn't have any meaning. That 40 is just a number. Is it 40 meter per second? Is it 40 miles per hour? Is it 40 kilometer per hour? So we are going for the measurement of physical quantities. So physics is a quantitative science based on measurement of physical quantities. So then, before we go into the details of measurement, basically physics is an exact science which depends on the measurement of physical quantities. So before we go into the details of measurement, what is a physical quantity? What is a physical quantity? See, we have studied many physical quantities already in the previous topic, like distance covered. Distance covered is one physical quantity. Path length, they are measured in meters. Then we studied speed. Then we studied velocity, acceleration. So these are all examples of physical quantities. What is a physical quantity? The quantity which is measurable, the quantity which can be measurable is called as a physical quantity. The quantity which can be measured is called as physical quantity. Then the question comes, what is the meaning of measurement? You are already knowing the measurement of length, measurement of mass, measurement of time. What do you mean by measurement? For example, if you go to market, you will be purchasing grocery, vegetables, you will be purchasing certain cloth items. So everywhere measurement is very important. When you purchase, for example, sugar, will you just say sugar? Will you just ask for sugar? You will say particularly 2 kilogram sugar or 5 kilogram sugar, let us say. Then what does the shopkeeper do? The shopkeeper takes certain quantity of sugar, measures it with the help of a balance, measures with the help of a beam balance or nowadays electronic balance. He keeps on pouring the sugar and on the other side you will be having standard weight. He compares that sugar which is taken in one pan with the standard weight. Suppose you want 2 kg sugar. 2 kg sugar, 2 kg standard weight will be kept on one side of the pan and sugar will be taken on the other side. Once both are balanced, if it is a beam balance, the beam will be balanced horizontally with its pointer vertically. Means the 2 kg sugar that you are taking on the left side will be exactly equal to the 2 kg weight. So this is called as measurement. So what do we do here? Comparison of a quantity with a standard reference which is accepted internationally. The standard reference here in this example is kilogram weight, 2 kilogram weight. He will keep 2 kilogram weight, or he will take 1 kg weights and keeps there. They are internationally accepted and we accept it as 2 kg sugar. So this method of comparing a physical quantity with internationally accepted, arbitrarily chosen standard reference called as unit. This method is called as measurement. What is measurement? Just write down. Comparison with a certain basic, arbitrarily chosen, internationally accepted, internationally accepted standard, internationally accepted standard reference. And what is this internationally accepted standard reference? Called as unit. So comparison of a physical quantity with a certain basic arbitrarily chosen internationally accepted standard reference called as unit. That method is called as measurement. Suppose we want to measure the length of this classroom, then we go for measuring tape or meter scale. With the help of a meter scale, we keep on measuring, and if it is meter tape, then we stretch from zero end to the other end on the other side. Then we will be able to measure it, say about 5 meter. It is 5 times the standard unit of length. The standard unit of length is meter. 5 times the meter. That's how we measure the length of the classroom. Similarly, breadth. Similarly, height. So this is the meaning of measurement. Comparison of the physical quantity with certain basic, arbitrarily chosen, internationally accepted standard called as unit. This method is called measurement. Then what is unit? The third important thing. What is the unit? Internationally accepted reference standard which is used for comparison with the physical quantity. The comparison with the physical quantity is known as measurement. Internationally accepted reference standard used for measuring the physical quantities. To measure physical quantity. is called as unit. So basically we are learning measurement of physical quantity. Measurement of physical quantity is comparison of that physical quantity with an internationally accepted standard reference called as unit. This is how we define what is measurement. There are so many physical quantities, like as I said you, length, like path length or distance covered, displacement, these are all measured as lengths. Then speed is measured as path length per unit time or distance covered per unit time. Then acceleration is measured as rate of change of velocity. So for all these physical quantities you will need to have certain unit. So the result of measurement of any physical quantity will be having a number ending with a unit. For example, a car is traveling with 60 km per hour. So 60 km per hour is the speed. So speed is the physical quantity. 60 is the magnitude, the number. 60 is the amount, the number. And meter per second is the unit. So measurement of any physical quantity results into a number with a particular unit. When it is number with a particular unit, then only it specifies the measurement. If you just say car is moving with 60, it doesn't have any meaning. Is it 60 miles per hour, 60 miles kilometer per hour, 60 meter per second? So if you just say a number, it is incomplete. So measurement should be having a particular number with a unit. Then only it is called as a measurement. Okay. As you go on studying physics, you will come across various types of physical quantities. Already you must have come across, like speed, velocity, acceleration, path length, displacement. In the same way, mass, weight, force, pressure. Then in the same way, length. So there are various physical quantities. Energy, power. So various physical quantities are there. But the number of units are limited. So there are large number of physical quantities. Number of units, what I say is, there are large number of physical quantities. The number of units used as a standard reference is comparatively less than the actual physical quantities. So certain fundamental physical quantities are grouped. The fundamental physical quantities are those basic physical quantities which have got their own units. Based on these fundamental physical quantities, the other physical quantities are grouped. The other physical quantities are derived. For example, speed is measured in terms of meter per second. Meter is the standard unit of length. Second is the standard unit of time. So the unit of speed is meter per second. So by proper combination of the basic units, the proper combination of fundamental units, we get the units for the other physical quantities. So the other physical quantities which are obtained by the combination of the base physical quantities are called as derived physical quantities. So there are two types of units. Two types of units. One is fundamental, or they are also called as base units. Second one, derived units. So as I can give you example here. For example, meter is the unit of length, kilogram unit of mass, then second it is the unit of time. Similarly, Kelvin is the unit of temperature, etc. These are some of the fundamental units. These fundamental units or base units are the units of the fundamental physical quantities. For example, meter is the unit of length. Length is fundamental physical quantity. Kg is unit of the mass. So mass is another fundamental physical quantity. So like that, second is that of time. Time is another fundamental physical quantity. Kelvin, capital K is notation for symbol for Kelvin, the temperature. So temperature is another fundamental physical quantities. So the fundamental or base units are the units of fundamental physical quantities, whereas the derived units, examples I am writing. Meter per second, speed or velocity. Speed or velocity, these are called as derived physical quantities, which are derived from the base units of mass and time. And then meter per second square, that is of acceleration. Acceleration is also another derived unit. Then Newton. Newton is the unit of force. Then Pascal. Pascal is the unit of pressure. Then Joule. Joule is the unit of energy. So such units which can be obtained from the proper combination of base units are called as derived units. So as we have classified the units as fundamental units or base units and derived units, so we can say physical quantities are also of two types: fundamental physical quantities or base physical quantities and derived physical quantities. So now we are going to list those base physical quantities and their units and then their symbols. Okay. Before that, let us learn what is a system of units. System of units. In earlier times, scientists of different countries used to have their own systems, and these were named earlier as, for example, CGS as one system, FPS as another system. This is actually called as British system. British system, FPS, and then MKS. Until now, if you refer certain books, you will find the units in CGS system, FPS system and MKS system. What do you mean by CGS system? C for centimeter, C for centimeter, that's of length as a base quantity. Gram, centimeter, gram, I will write full, gram, second. centimeter gram second. So basically here length, mass and time. Length, mass and time. These three fundamental physical quantities are referred. For length centimeter, for mass gram and for time second. Similarly in British system, even if you refer some standard foreign author books, you will find the physical quantities still being measured in terms of FPS system, like units of velocity or units of the speed, still they are measured in miles per hour. Okay, so in this FPS system, length is measured in standard foot, mass is measured in pound, and time is measured in second. MKS is again the bigger unit system of CGS. M refers for meter, K refers for kilogram, and S refers for second. But in the year 1971, there was a conference, General Conference on Standard Weights and Measurements held in France, wherein the scientists and technicians of all the countries, renowned scientists, they gathered and had a conference, and they had accepted one system of units, which is to be accepted by all the countries. That is called as Système International de Units. In short, it is called as SI system. SI system. That is, abbreviation is Système International. It is a French term. International de Unites. In English, we can call it as International System of Units. International System of Units. So, this has come into practice from 1971 onwards. General Conference on Standard Weights and Measurements, which held in France. So they concluded that there should be certain internationally accepted units, and they are termed as SI units. So nowadays in our textbook, in all the textbooks of even engineering, medical science, everywhere we are referring this system. So in this particular time we are using Système International de Units, that is International System of Units. In short, it is called as Système International de Units, SI units, International System of Units. So this International System of Units have collected 7 base fundamental physical quantities and their respective 7 base units. So length is one, mass is the second one, time is the third one, then temperature is the fourth one, light intensity is the fifth one, amount of substance is the sixth one. So there are totally 7: length, mass, time, temperature, amount of substance, light intensity, and finally 7th one. Electric current, yes, electric current. Length, mass, time, electric current, then temperature, amount of substance. Yes, totally there are 7 physical quantities which are grouped as basic fundamental physical quantities. These basic fundamental physical quantities are having their own units with their own internationally accepted units and particular symbols. Let us have a list of them. Okay. Okay, let us see international system units, that is base physical quantities and their units. International system of units, base quantities and their units. First I am writing the base quantities. What are those? Length is one base physical quantity. Mass. So length, the SI unit for length is meter. Already you are knowing. The symbol for meter is small m. Don't write capital M. And another physical quantity, mass. The corresponding SI unit for mass is kilogram, but its symbol is small k, small g. Don't write capital K. Then time. SI unit of time is second. It should be small s. Then electric current. Electric current is measured in terms of ampere. Remember, ampere is name of scientist. So don't write here capital A. You should write small a. There is a rule for that. Those units which are taken from the names of the scientists should be written with small letters. Like joule is there. It should be started with small j o u l e, and ampere. So the symbol of ampere is capital A. In the same way, temperature. It is measured in Kelvin, not in degree Celsius. So degree Celsius is also another unit, but it is not included in the SI system. So Kelvin is included in the SI system. The symbol of Kelvin is capital K. Remember. Then amount of substance. Amount of substance is measured in mole. Must have learned already in chemistry. Symbol is MOL. 7 means light intensity, or it is also called as luminous intensity. Light intensity or luminous intensity. It is measured in candela. Candela, and its symbol is C. So these are all 7 fundamental quantities and their respective SI units. So proper combination of these SI units will be used for representing the units of derived physical quantities, and those become the derived fundamental. Those become the derived units. So in the next session, we will learn about derived units, how the proper combination of these base physical quantities will result into the derived physical quantities, and their units we will see in the next session. Thank you. Have a good day.